Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This meeting is being recorded.
So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to 18th episode of Sunday Tech Talk of Tech Forum. And today, subject is data-driven decisions in the digital world. It's a new topic for few, but old topic for many from industries because without data they don't take any decisions, and data is a must, and data should be collected systematically, then
Yeah.
it is useful. If it is not collected properly, you will get wrong results. So Meera has developed an expertise in this data management. She is a bachelor's engineer from Cummins College of Engineering, Pune, master's in business analysis and focusing in data science from the University of Texas at Dallas. Currently, she is working as a lead data scientist for Discover Financial Services, Chicago. Experience as a lead data scientist for multiple organizations across the verticals, currently helping high potential startups to thrive. So she has come to India and she is looking out for startups where she can extend her support. She will, of course, elaborate the subject in more details, but I have just given one example of Amazon that in e-commerce sites typically use data to drive profits and sales. If you have shopped at Amazon, you have probably received a product recommendations while visiting the Amazon website through email. This is an example of an data driven business decision. This is a simple, easy to understand concept. So without spending much time, I will request Meera to start her presentation. So
Oh,
welcome Meera to Tech Forum, and we look forward for a knowledgeable session from you. Over to you.
thank you. Thank you. Eh, To start with, I would really want to thank Rabde sir for giving me this opportunity. It's definitely nice to connect, network, and to share knowledge, to share some tidbits that you learn from your experience. I'm sure a lot of you have way more experience and way more knowledge than I have. It's just that this small area of domain or this particular new booming, thriving analytical aspect is what I want to share with you all. Uh, should we wait for the presentation or should we get started? I mean, if you think we are going to have more bit
Yeah,
more.
you start the presentation. You have 40 minutes, and then
Okay.
we will have question and answer session, and
Okay.
people will join slowly. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay. Sure.
Amira, we strictly follow time management.
Okay.
So, and after this session, your recorded version will be available on our Tech Forum YouTube channel.
Okay.
There are many one who visits and may call us back for some information.
Okay. Sure. Sure. That
So,
sounds.
being in Tech Forum, I welcome you once again, and please start your presentations.
Yes. Thank
We
you.
are
Thank you.
excited to know information from you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Just a minute. I'll start sharing my screen. Mm. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Meera Kulkarni Godse. I'll be talking about data-driven decisions in the digital world. And before we get started, I would just want to know where we all stand with in terms of analytics, data, and data science. So if everyone could just tell like quickly how, like, are they new to this field, are they like basic knowledge and they want to know more, or they are like proficient with data analysis and they're just here to network.
Madam, your
Uh,
audio level is need to increase slightly.
uh
You're audible, no issues about it. I
okay.
will be happy to hear you better.
mm, I'm actually on my direct.
okay, nice, okay. Meera, your audio is okay. Let's ask the audience whether anybody would like to reply to Meera, or Meera, you can continue and we will have this session at the end.
Okay,
Or you
sure.
want to know the expectations from the audience?
Yeah, I just want to know where they stand. I was hoping to the quick to host a poll here, but I was not able to find that option. So I was just wanting to
Okay.
know if how many people are new to the
Yeah.
field, how many people are.
Okay, then we will ask a few professionals because Mr. Narendra Sawant is there and he's from industry. So I will request Narendra Sawant to have some thoughts on this.
Excuse me, can I interrupt please? This is DV from Baroda. I'm speaking.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to know agencies do.
Net.
Library.
I will appreciate if you can type out because there is an audio issue. Did you follow, Meera?
No,
he said?
no, I wasn't able to hear
So,
you properly.
Mr. DY Uptake, can you type what you want to say? Meantime, we'll take up another person from industry.
Hello.
Okay, Narendra Sawant, would you like to say?
Yes, good morning, everyone. I've been associated with technology for umpteen years. However, I would like to accept this that I know very little about this subject. Although I know that it is the basis on which it helps people for e-commerce and other things, like what Mr. Rabde, the example Mr. Rabde has given. But by and large, I would say I am ignorant about this subject. So that's the reason I've joined this meeting.
Interesting, interesting. Really nice to know your perspective.
Yeah, anyone from the group who is using data for decision making? Meantime, Meera, you can check up in the chat box, Mr. Apte, what he has written. Kishore Apte or Iyer, would you like to say something? Because you must have used a lot of data. You are in
Yeah, we have used a lot
industrial
of
engineering.
data. First of all, it comes as the information. Then we make as a data. From the data, you make groups into different forms. It is segregated into different categories, whatever it is. And then based on intuition and knowledge, we take decisions on that. So first of all, there is a huge data. That huge data is converted to information. The information, you apply knowledge to it. From that knowledge, you take intuition and based on that, you take decisions. This is how we go.
Yes, yes. It's more or less the same, but it's really nice to know your perspective as well. Thank you. So yeah, with this basic understanding, let's move on. So there's a lot of buzz around us about analytics these days, a lot of buzz about data, how to like data science. So let's talk about that in a little bit more detail. So before that, I'll just walk you through about myself. Mr. Rabde gave a very good introduction about me. I will just quickly summarize that. So yes, I graduated as an engineer from the Cummins College of Engineering back in 2014. I pursued my master's in business analytics, majoring in data science from the University of Texas at Dallas. And I'm currently working as a lead data scientist in the digital user experience team for digital banking giant in the US. It's called Discover Financial Services. Now, what's fun about it is it's a banking industry, and we hadn't ever expected that such an industry could have a digital interface, or that could have a digital experience team, or for that matter, digital experience analytics team. So when Vilas Rabde spoke about the e-commerce industry or gave an example about Amazon, we weren't really expecting things beyond retail to actually have a digital analytics kind of a perspective. So things are growing so rapidly, things are changing so rapidly that we are trying to think about the very non like typical things to emerge and work in the digital space. So if things like banking can work in digital area, things like banking can have a digital analytics team, you can understand how much we are growing, how much we can expect the returns from this digital transformation and this digital analytics field. So that's what I'm here to talk about, like the potential of digital transformation and the potential of digital decision making. So like Rabde sir spoke, I have 7 years of experience. I've worked across industries. I've worked through consulting as well as through in-house teams. And I have helped businesses make really powerful, impactful decisions for their growth. And I would say I've been really fortunate to work very close with leadership. Like I have worked with directors, SVPs, and presidents of companies to make really important implementable decisions, like things that they can implement and we can immediately validate using data. And that's what has helped me understand business growth very closely. And I would be really fortunate if I will be able to use what I have learned through all these experiences and help some industries within India to grow and thrive in this specific time of digital transformation. So that's where I'm at. I'm currently taking my time in India and spending my knowledge, time, skill with startups and firms in India to help make an impact if they have potential. I'll move on. So what's this buzz about analytics? So if you just have a random Google search about analytics, you will find that there'll be a lot of definitions saying that analytics is the field of computer science. It deals with math, statistics, machine learning, and then we find meaningful patterns. And it's all true. It's all true. But what I think about it is like a lot of definitions coming together is what is analytics. Yes, it's a field of computer science. Yes, it uses maths and statistics, but I feel it also uses art with it. It also uses machine learning, and not just for discovery interpretation, but the most important part is being able to communicate what you find through data. So data is going to tell you a lot of things, and data is going to tell you a lot of things that you can make decisions upon. But what out of those decisions you have to actually implement? Like someone just said that coming up with intuitive decision making. Yes, definitely data will tell you a lot of decisions, help you make a lot of decisions, but then in having an intuitive business understanding to make the right decision, and beyond that having the right statistical background to make this statistically significant, and where it can tell you that if you spend X number of effort, you will make Y number of Y profit out of it. That's where stats will help you, and then art will help you to tell that story. Like for example, let's take an example here. Like I am an analytics person and you are a businessman. I come and tell you that, this month you made 200 orders. How much value will it add to you when there is no other background to it? So analytics is not just having the right skill set to find the technologies, tools, and platforms to extract data and to understand what's happening, but also to give you like a depth analysis of what is the business. So if I tell you that in the last 12 months, this is your average number of orders per month, and then I tell you you give 2000 orders this month, then it will give you more value. Then if I tell you that seasonally for this month, you've been doing so many orders, with as comparison to that, this year you're doing 2000 orders, that will give you even more understanding. Additionally, if I tell you that this month, XYZ factors did well for us, XYZ factors didn't do well for us, it'll give you even more value. Additionally, if I tell you that if we do this campaign this month, if we do another marketing campaign this month, then we will make 30% extra profit to our company, then it'll give you even more value. And if I'm able to tell you this entire story with nicely crafted graphs and charts with data, it'll be even more easier to communicate with someone who has not had enough exposure to data as much as we have had. So this entire process is what is analytics. So to summarize, analytics is basically an amalgamation of automation, business development, actionable insights, visualization, storyboarding, modeling, machine learning, research, data science, decision making, attention to detail, technology, and whatnot. And things keep adding to it every day because it's such a dynamic field. So things are adding to it as in when data keeps adding to the stream. So I'll quickly differentiate between analytics and data science and how and how we should try to fit in ourselves where we are at in perspective, like where our business stands. So this is what essentially talks about data science. So business combined with information systems combined with math is basically data science. But this is what is analysis. Like business with information systems, data along with business understanding will give you analytics. And that's where most companies are like struggling as of date, because there is so much data they have and there's so much business knowledge they have, but trying to combine that and coming up with intuitive solutions to grow their businesses, trying to move from a typical traditional approach of intuitive business understanding just to come up with decision making and mixing that with data understanding. That's where we are, like that's where the entire global industries are currently, because data is such a new thing for all of us. So start with analytics and then mix math to it to make it even more meaningful, like analytics to data science. That's where the shift lies. So the real struggle for businesses is getting from zero to analytics. Analytics to data science can follow with some hired skills and expertise. And from personal experience, there's always a circle of art behind all of these parts. That is a part of the Venn diagram. So art has to be a part of everything. So we'll talk about why the data-driven approach. So some of you might ask that didn't companies exist before this boom of analytics? I mean, analytics is something that we've been talking for the last 5 or 10 or 15 years. But there have been companies, there have been amazing companies for the last, 100 or 200 years, whatever. But they have been doing well. They have been like flourishing companies. So yes, of course, there have been companies, they have been doing well. But what has changed is that previously there were no computers, there were no digital media, there was no social media. Nowadays, we have so much capacity to store the data, as well as so many sources that develop data. So the need to like store this data and the need to use this data properly is that is the main reason why we are trying to focus on data-driven decisions. So previously there was a limited possibility. There was like, we had like physical interaction, one-on-one person buying our products. So there was a limited set of possibility and perspective. Now with every interaction we do on social media, every interaction we do on websites, mobile apps, there is so many endless possibilities. Like a single customer, a single review can make or break your company. That's the level, that's the possibility of digital data. So physical interaction versus digital data, that's the main difference. That's why this data-driven approach is getting more and more popular. So data-driven approach saves money in the way that if we make targeted efforts, if we spend money knowing that this particular spent money will give us particular results, we are going to save money. We're going to like targetedly allot our money for different campaigns. So we're going to save money. Data-driven approach can also be also validated. So because we have a log of what customers we're targeting or what campaigns we are doing, we can calculate how that is impacting them. So that's where we can validate our data and efforts. Sorry, did someone have a question?
All are requested to mute their mics. Some mics are on, or Meera, you can mute them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see an option of muting all.
Meera, please continue. We will take question answer session at the end.
Okay, sure.
Finish.
Sure.
And if there is any between, I will keep muting them.
Okay, sure. And with more and more data getting produced every day through different sources of data, the possibility of generic strategies working for all customers, working for all employees, working for all inventories or supply chains, that is getting lower and lower. And why spend money on everyone if every customer is different? So that's the ideology of data-driven decision making. So I'll just quickly brief you about the industry impact. So let's take an example of marketing. In marketing, if you just talk about brand awareness, and let's try and understand that every customer is different. In fact, if I'm an industry and if I have 3 customers, one of them is already my customer, one of them is like a brand new customer, and one of them was a customer, has gone out, hasn't shopped from me for a while. So all these 3 people have different profiles, customer profiles, right? So I wouldn't want to reach out everyone with saying, hey, do you know about us? Have you shopped from us? If I say this to someone who is bought from me yesterday, will they like it? Obviously not, right? I mean, I just bought from you yesterday. Why are you coming and saying that, do you know us? Of course I know you. So there's a different way of approaching every customer profile, right? So that's where brand awareness comes in, where you have a very customized way of approaching different customer segments. So targeting, like understanding different customer profiles and reaching out to them in personalized way, in a way that they will feel more valued, they will feel more like coming back to you. So if I've come to a person who bought from me yesterday and I say, thanks for purchasing from me. If you like our product, do share a review with us. And if you like a particular product, and if you have a particular frequency, let us know that we can remind you with after the particular time. That's where they will feel like they are valued as a customer. We won't trouble them every now and then, but we will go back to them only when they have a chance of buying again from them. That's the skill and art of knowing the customer and targeting at the right time. Then it'll be surprising, or it'll be not so common to know that analytics is not just a part of marketing or digital marketing. So there are lots of different areas. In fact, I have been working with human resources as well as a lead data scientist, and you will be surprised to know the immense capacity and potential that it brings to a field like human resources. So the very understanding that employees are also like a customer for a company, that's the change in paradigm that we are bringing with this digital world. So everyone that is interacting with you digitally becomes your customer. So employees essentially have the same perspective as a customer does. So through human resource analytics, what we're trying to do is like planning the resources. So understanding different employee profiles, segmenting them into employee clusters, understanding which employee is satisfied, who is not satisfied, who tends to spend more time in his particular salary range, who spends more time doing extracurricular activities, and different of like age profile, salary profile, etc., and trying to understand who is more likely to leave the company, accordingly trying to manage resources if the person terminates. All of this is a part of analytics, like predicting employee attrition and then planning for employee attrition is also a part of analytics. So forecasting and building the pipeline. Also finance, like I mentioned, I'm currently working in the finance industry. I'm working for digital finance especially. So in finance, you can work for revenue growth, you can work for customer growth. And when we say revenue growth, you can do that through user experience enhancement and engagement. Now, be it physical or be it digital, both ways, there is an experience that you handle, right? So experience through customer surveys, experience through how much time they spend on the website, how long do they scroll through the sites, where do they drop out. There might be cases when customers, come to the website, try to deposit a check, go to the page or where they want to deposit a check, but they don't end up depositing a check. So we try to understand their customer journey, and then we find out that if they're dropping out at a particular step, is there an issue with our experience? Is there an issue with an intuitiveness of the website? Is there an issue with how they're working? Is there a gap between how we want them to experience versus how we are giving them the experience? So understanding all of this can also be a part of user experience and engagement. And that can be a part of retail, that can be a part of finance, that can be a part of supply chain, etc. So when we talk about retail, let's talk about customer success. So like I just mentioned, even in retail, there are so many checkpoints. I'm sure all of you have shopped from some or the other e-commerce website, right? So let's take, for example, Amazon. You go to the website, go to a page, you search through a lot of different products you want to buy, you shortlist some, you finally may come to a decision. You spend so much time on the website, you come to a decision, you put that item to your cart, and then you spend some time on it, you don't probably buy it. What do you do? Then what do you do? So customer loss and customer loss revival is one of the key areas that most industries, be it retail, be it finance, be it marketing, be it human resources, everyone is behind customer loss revival. If someone is intentionally coming to you to buy something and then they don't buy from you, you don't want to lose that customer. They have an intention of buying. Why would you want to lose them? So this is why analytics is also like extremely powerfully useful. So we can target them through emails, we can try to reach out them through surveys, we can remind them through different ways or through social medias. So there is a customer loss revival that retail is primarily using, but a lot of other industries are also using. So understanding the segment of customers who came to you for a reason and going back to them to reach out if they felt something wrong, they felt a pricing problem or any other issue, or just a reminder could go a long way in getting back your customer. And with all of this, digital is like the biggest thing that's happening. So tracking customer activity at each stage. So there is this immense power. So if I'm just scrolling through a website, if I tend to spend like 10 minutes on a web page, that gives a sign that I'm actually interested in their product. And we are able to track that. So tracking that customers are interested in us is also going a long way. So customers who show a tendency of reading about us, we can track those customers better, we can target those customers better. So that goes a long way in targeting customers particularly, then building their user experience, using their surveys, using their understanding, using their experience to build our experience better, and then forecasting how that customer growth will look like, how their life cycle will look like, and then building on customer success and growth is being the bigger and bigger picture for digital businesses. And when I say digital, it's no more limited to retail. In fact, retail is becoming just one segment of it. Like I mentioned previously, e-commerce is now becoming the bigger circle. Every person interacting digitally is becoming a customer, be it an employee, be it anyone. Like, it need not be a purchaser, be it just an interaction on a blog post. Every interaction is now a customer. So the e-commerce industry is growing. So digital is taking everything to another level. So yes, and like I mentioned previously, I am here in India. I'm taking a year, especially like for starters, I'm taking a year to work with industries who have potential, who are in this particular shift or are trying to move to digital, to the digital world and want to explore the digital possibilities. I'm here to work with you. What can I help you with? I can help you build your brand. I can help you build your logos. I can help you build websites. I can help you track your websites, your mobile apps. I can help you design or develop your digital marketing strategies. I can help you with market launch, like digital marketing, targeting, analytics, campaign designs, and analysis of those campaigns. I can help you growing your customers by understanding your customers, targeting your customers, understanding their life cycles. I can help you develop the voice of your customer and help develop customer surveys for you. There are a lot of companies struggling with market re-entry because they have products that have done well for a while, and with the pandemic, with the digital boom, they have like lost a little bit grip of their businesses. So market re-entry strategies, I'm there to help you for that, and basically anything and everything to help your business grow. So, and I would like to mention that I won't be doing it all, definitely. Like, I'm not going to be sitting and doing every little bit with you, but yes, I'll be sitting with you to help your business grow. So I have the right number of contacts, I have the right people I know, I have the right teams I know, I can help you go to the right contact and help you make the right decisions and right strategies. So I'm here to help the business grow. So let me know if you need my help. So to conclude, I would like to say I will share my LinkedIn detail and WhatsApp details and email details in the chat. Do connect with me if you want to like talk, help strategize, or just network. Anything works. And we can talk soon. If you have questions, I would like to entertain them now.
Thank you, Meera, for excellent presentation today. We really appreciate your efforts and vast experience in analytics. We will take up the questions now. I think there are many industry people. They